ekang0986. I'll put you on the invite list on the side, so I'll make sure. Is that your in-game name? Let me actually ask him if it's his in-game name. Ekang 098 in-game name, and that way when we're the next game I can get his in-game name and get in. So we've got a Thresh ban starting us off. They saw last night's power Onla on the Thresh and on the Blitzcrank, and they're going to ban him out, as well as a Teemo and a Jarvan, the 4th ban. Well, we know that Onla's going to immediately jump onto the Blitzcrank, more than likely. We saw that power last night. But there's a Shaco ban coming out from Team Pentakill, as well as that classic Maokai ban. So, what do you think about the Shaco ban? I don't think Shaco's necessarily a carry the game, at least at some of these lower elo levels. But, I mean, I guess higher elos do play him, so I guess he's a worthwhile ban, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose. He's one of those champions that people just don't want to deal with sometimes. Kind of like, I suppose, kind of like a Fizz. Someone that you can shut down, you can work around, but you'd rather just eliminate altogether because he is just a pain to fight against.
Yeah,
so.
I'd definitely say, well, that he's frustrating to be able to lock down hard enough to be able to kill. And that alone, you may want to ban him out just not to have to deal with the frustration. So, oh, you actually added me too. So, eklang098, cool. And I need to switch over to our champ select screen because, hey, this screen is so much cooler. I got it finally working.
That's right, I forgot you had that.
My little happy pumpkin bouncing around as well. That makes me so happy, so incredibly happy. Little pumpkin bouncing.
Cut Sailor locking in Morgana at the very last second. I really like that pick from them. Morgana can fit into almost every team composition very well with those stuns, with the AoE damage from her Soul Shackles, and that Black Shield as well. So really happy to see that. Thresh Your God picking up that Fizz for the mid lane too. So a little bit of trickery on that side. We'll see what, I don't even know how would you pronounce that name? Underneath Fizz, the one who's picking right now. Zusu?
Zusu.
Zusu.
I think like Xin Zhao, the X and I combination actually comes out in most languages to be kind of a Z sound. So it's a Zusu, like Zu, and then a Su because SU, so Zusu.
I just figure it's much better to ask now than to mess it up at a critical moment.
There you go. If
with
I'm
that
wrong,
out of the way,
I'm sure
Zusu locking in Riven.
And somebody, I'm positive, will let me know if I'm saying that name wrong and be like, hey, you need to change the name pronunciation and get it right because you said it wrong yourself. So hopefully I got it right, and we're not going to be too terrible, but alright. We also have, I like the Riven pick. The Riven pick is really, really strong. So far with the Riven and Fizz, Team Pentakill, both of those champions are perfect champions for pentakills. We saw last night Riven actually pick up a pentakill, as well as Fizz is a classic champion for being able to pick up pentakills. Now, he's very rarely played, especially in our shoutcasting, because of the fact that he's more often banned. But he wasn't banned. Instead, bans of Thresh, Teemo, Shaco, those kinds of bans allowed him to sneak through. And of course, Onla grabbing up the Blitzcrank would not be surprised at all if she locked in the Hookmaster Blitzcrank, who's second only to Thresh is her favorite support champion. So.
But yeah, really excited to see these champions. She played a fantastic job yesterday, as you mentioned. So many hooks landing. I had to do a ton of push-ups. Whew.
Ton of
push-ups.
Hey,
I'm not going to.
Did you do all those push-ups?
Make that mistake again. Yeah, I did all of them.
You did.
I don't know what the final
total
was.
But
I don't know what the final total was. I know it's less than 25, so I did 25.
You did 25 just to make sure. That's good. That's good. 25 push-ups.
I think that's a good number to sit at. So you know. But apart from Urgot!
Oh, lazy name tricked us. We thought he was going to go Urgot, but instead, in hovering over this Orianna. Now, we do have, a lazy name is now following. Thank you, lazy name. Got that fixed out, figured out. Oh, we didn't see it on the stream. I'll figure it out so it can be shown up on the stream. Sorry, man. But thank you, lazy name, and Twisted Annie for the follow. Don't forget, if you guys are following me, go ahead and check out Chronofrost's channel as well, and that way you throw him a follow. He is my Duocaster, and so he will be casting with me both tonight and on the one-shot GG tournament this coming Saturday and Sunday, which there are still
signups
at
at oneshotgg.com. So excited for that. I can't even get over it.
Your first tournament, my fourth.
I know, and I have to keep like a packet of lozenges and a whole water cooler like beside me.
You need a Broloff helmet, and that way you can just drink out of the Broloff helmet and be like,
that's right. Just duct tape a couple of water bottles to my ears here and the side of my headset.
There we go. Put that helmet on. So, thank you, Latigris, for posting the registration link. Good to have you. I didn't even know she was watching, but we will surrender at 20. Spoiler. Yes, spoilers. Hey, so loud in the background. I gotta figure out how to drop that volume down. It's so super loud. But we do have a Vayne and a Kha'Zix as the final 2 picks for the 2 teams. Vayne, we've seen her power. Late game, AD Vayne, so incredibly strong. We'll see if she can make it. I think she will with a Morgana support, as that is just so powerful against a Blitzcrank. Which
Yeah,
will
that's
actually
exactly
pick the
what I was
Blitzcrank
thinking.
into the Morgana.
Yeah, that's not something you usually see. Normally, Morgana is a counter that comes out when the enemy picks a Blitzcrank, when the enemy picks a Thresh, someone with those huge, very impactful abilities that can just be shut down by the Black Shield. But she says, you know what, I'm confident on this champion. I know how to play my Blitzcrank. I demonstrated that yesterday. We're going for round 2.
I think it was kind of hard to tell because she actually had to pick before the Orianna locked in. So it could have been a Morgana mid lane. And then after Orianna picked, which was kind of that statement of, hey, Morgana is going to be supporting, and Morgana is an extremely powerful mid laner. Came out Season 2 as a strong mid laner, then Season 3 went back and forth between mid lane and bottom lane, and now Season 4 has been almost solely a bottom laner, but it's kind of getting back towards that mid lane potential. And so it's really hard to tell whether she was going to go mid lane or not, and I guess you could kind of say that the counter picking with Orianna then put Morgana in that bottom lane, which is really strong against Blitzcrank. But it's not hard to bait out Morgana's spell shield. If Blitzcrank runs straight up to then power fist somebody, she can then throw down the spell shield, and he just simply walks away. The cooldown on power fist is so short, he could then wait for that to come back up immediately. It's going to be up before the spell shield's back up, and then he could throw another hook, and they get the knock up as well. And Onla has always been on spot with her hooks, and hopefully we'll be able to see some amazing hooks again tonight. So, hey, go big or go home. I'm a little quiet relative to Chronofrost. I can see it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Audio, so I don't know if I have my own things on my little headset to up my volume, but we can try.
You can always turn me down in the Skype settings, so.
True. But anyway, we've got 1:46 here. We don't want to be rushing at the very end. Tell us about these champions and their players real fast. Make sure that we get that in there.
All right, so on the blue team here, we have Cut Sailor playing that Orianna in the mid lane, Unstoppable Batman playing Rengar in the jungle. We have OG Vince playing Irelia in the top lane. We have the Lazy Name playing Morgana support. And we have Zane playing Vayne in the marksman role.
And for Team Pentakill, we have Thresher God playing the Fizz in the mid lane. Zusu taking that Riven in the top lane. No Skill Maniac on the Twitch bottom lane ADC role. Onla back on the Blitzcrank with those bottom lane hooks all over the place support. And XD Pear Bear, as he said yesterday, Pear Bear playing the Kha'Zix in the jungle. So,
all right, T-Bone really wants us to predict the wins. He's been messaging me at the beginning of every game. He's like, you guys need to predict the wins. We want to see the push-up wars.
I'm going to say it really fast here simply because I want to. It's going to be Team Pentakill. Because they have the Blitzcrank, I really wanted to make sure that I get this in here. I guess technically you don't have to counterpick. You could agree with me on this one. But I don't know. Sorry, so I didn't really have to do that. But I got really excited. They have such strong champions. I feel they could very easily take this win. Mid lane all the way to end game, they're strong. Now, late game, they're going to have the power with the Riven. Kha'Zix and Fizz fall off a little bit depending on how you build them. So it really depends. But their early game with the Riven, the Blitzcrank, and the Twitch, I think will really come out in the lead. Unless the Morgana support and the Rengar jungle prove their worth. They are the two, I think, critical key elements for Team Insert Name here. And they could really show their strength.
All right. Now, I can't see the champions anymore because we're not. I'll talk about it while we're on the loading screen.
While we're on the loading screen.
I am going to go against you here. I feel that Team Blue, what were they called?
Insert name here.
Hold on. Insert name here. There we go. Now I got the names up. Insert name here is going to come out ahead for a couple reasons. One, they have a fantastic late game. With the Vayne, with the Irelia, with the Orianna. Champions that can just farm and delay the game as long as they can. And they can delay because Orianna is a fantastic wave clearer. After they wait for all that, like 30 minutes into the game, that's when they'll hit their peak and start easing them in these team fights, no problem. Along with that, something I'm really excited to see is the ball delivery system they have from Nighthunter Rengar. Hold on. Ken098X is now following. Thank you very much for the follow. Let's talk about the ball delivery system a little more. Rengar can use his Thrill of the Hunt to stealth into lane as Orianna puts the Command Protect on him. He jumps onto the enemy champion, followed by the Command Shockwave, And that's just a great display of synergy that I really want to see this game.
Okay, I have to throw out a quick apology here. I am sorry, Amla, that is a guy. That Amla is a guy. I don't know why. For some reason, my brain says that certain league names are female names, and there's always that elusive female support player, and Amla has only played support ever since starting to play in these shoutcasting games. So for some reason, there was this feeling that Amla was a female, but wiping that clean, huge apologies to everyone on the stream. Amla is a dude. So it is a guy who is landing all of these hooks and has been amazing so far. So Alma as a guy, that's awesome. And your drunk granny, no way, you're trolling me. Your drunk granny is not a. I don't think you're a female, dude. Pixar, it didn't happen. Pixar,
your drunk granny.
Happen, so, well, it is your drunk granny. That's true. However, I thought there was like 2 streams ago when your drunk granny said that he's a dude. So I'm a hot grill.
I'm a little ghostly here. Let's see about fixing that a bit.
There we go, and we are in game.
Visible.
Ooh, we're missing a couple different things here. So Team Red and Team Blue.
Oh, much better.
Need these up, and we need. Where's the info page? My info. There we go. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. So, in game, let's go ahead and switch everyone to the correct positions. We're going to move our Blitzcrank and Morgana to the support roles, our Twitch and Vayne to ADC.
That's right.
Top lane,
do that as well.
Riven, and cool. So, Rengar has not bought his items just yet. Unstoppable Batman has sometimes been slow to connect. There is, again, for everyone to know, there's a 3-minute pause if someone has disconnected. He's buying his items now. He was just a little bit slow to jump into the game. No worries there. Doesn't look like any invades. What I gotta say I love about this game is that as the game has developed and so many things about League of Legends has changed, the power that pixel bush right by Dragon has is huge. Shows up over and over again. Both teams really want it. Blitzcrank Alma throwing a random hook out there, looking for somebody to be walking.
There goes half his mana though.
But yeah, oh my gosh, or at least a third of it. Going to be coming back up here. So unless that Riven is really good, or if that Irelia is really bad, Riven will lose. You think? You think? I don't know. Riven's
it
power
comes down to.
Go ahead.
Will level 1 to 2. If she can manage that, she can stomp this lane, she can crush it. But if Irelia plays it safe, does not let Riven use her level advantage, because Riven's a very strong early game champion. But if Irelia just waits it out, farms it up, plays safe, respects what Riven can do at levels 2 to 3, then I believe she'll outscale her, no problem.
We shall see. We shall see. Irelia is moving towards the bottom lane to help out Rengar on that dragon. So we'll be doing that. And bottom lane already there, so Zane actually picking up the first couple of CS down here. We'll see if that proves to be super helpful, because that means that she's actually a little bit of experience above Twitch, because Twitch and Blitzcrank were slower to get there. Twitch could have stayed in that bottom lane, just sat there to soak up the first initial XP. Well, I guess he's not missing that much. That was the first blue minion to go down. So other than being pushed underneath the tower, he actually will be able to line up on that experience. Unlock grabbing the minion that's who she wanted though, right? So
yeah, that's
you know, as a Blitzcrank, they're just going to pull the minion to help out the AD. Say, hey, I'm pulling this minion over to you, bro. Don't worry about this. I'm helping you out, bro. Helping you out, so...
so yeah, bot lane pushing heavily for the blue side here. Vayne is abusing her early game lead. Just got to make sure not to get hooked under that tower. That would change things around. Riven, level 2 though on this level 1 Irelia. OG Vince, maybe a bit far forward, forcing the flash out of him early.
That is an early flash to lose, especially in that top lane, now that both junglers are headed up there. Kha'Zix finishing up his red buff is going to be headed up there just shortly. And OG Vince is already solo. How the Ignite is down as well. There's a pot ticking. First blood. Zuzu picks it up and flashes to safety as well. What was that about Irelia out pushing a Riven in the top lane? I don't know.
That's exactly what I was talking about. You need to respect those early game level advantages. And Riven had a level over Irelia. Not the time to go in. That's the time to stay back and wait for the creeps to die on their own. Meanwhile, Rengar coming in the mid lane here. Really landing the bola onto Fizz. No, he's going to sidestep that one. Get out of there just fine. And Rengar is just going to return to the jungle for a bit.
Yep, the calculated Q on the minion hook. Of course, it's always awesome. Always awesome. Hey, keep my secret about my bra. Nobody gets to know about it. It's pink and fluffy and wonderful. Thresher God running away. Being that level 3 Fizz,
Wow.
he's going to take a lot of abuse from the range that Oriana has. The flash from Unstoppable Batman and the
Wow.
That's a kill in the mid lane. Unstoppable Batman solo health, forced to back off there. Cop might try to chase in. Kazik does have the double buff, but is rather half health himself. Oriana with very low mana. He might just stick around to make sure that Oriana doesn't do too much damage on the tower. Oriana, I will say, taking very good use, being very good about her movement with the ball and her mana usage. Good.
That engage there from Rengar was an act of confidence. He flashed, well, that bola is a very slow traveling projectile, but he flashed over, cast it out immediately on Fizz of all champions, a very mobile champion. But he lands it, flashes in for the extra, he lands it, goes in, throws down the Q, Oriana takes him down, and that was just a wonderful play from Rengar there. Meanwhile, blue team's still showing domination down in this bot lane. CS is 30-20, so 10 CS lead for Vayne. Twitch might have a little better luck farming under the tower, does not want to get too close there. Vayne can able to go in with a lot of poke, also needs the dark bindings there as well, with the huge hitbox and the incredibly long snare time. So up in this top, sorry, I keep trying to cut you off. Up in this top lane as well, 3 longswords on that ribbon against the single Doran shield from Irelia. So that lane, Irelia needs to play really, really carefully from this point on.
But if you look at the minion difference to Riven at 28 farm over the 7 on Irelia. Now, yes, late game damage, Irelia probably will outscale Riven. Except that she is so down on farm, so down on experience. She essentially lost 2 full waves at the very beginning of the game. So she is only level 4 to Riven's level 5. And I feel like that gap, once again, you can see there, Riven farming in the top lane, Irelia actually heading to the white to try to pick up some of that experience. Ola, solo health, will she be able to back off? There's like almost no damage been done to the Lazy Name and Zane playing an amazing bottom lane. Ola, maybe sticking around for too long here. We'll see if that Condemn goes out. It's going to grab a minion. Oh, got excited. Thresher got just off to the side waiting for an engage to happen. Not going to happen. But Ola is eating her biscuits of rejuvenation. So we'll soak up a little bit of extra health there. But anyway.
Fizz was coming in for the gank, but I feel he could have followed that up. They were out of position. They had no wards. And most importantly, Morgana was out of mana. So Fizz being...
Simply wave movement, they thought there was a ward down there. Fizz walked into the lane at the same time, both Morgana and Vayne simply trying to be, trying to outplay the Blitzcrank, trying to avoid a Blitzcrank hook, started moving towards the bush and towards the more bottom side of the map. Because they moved towards that more bottom side of the map, it looked like they were avoiding the Fizz engage from that bush. So it was kind of one of those accidental moments where simple lane movement makes you feel like the enemy team has a ward in the bush when they actually don't. Fizz going in on Cut Sailor. Will he have the damage? Thresh, your god, having to back off once again. Olaf, very low health, is going to make it out for the moment. Zane at about half health himself, but going to get that third proc from the Silver Bolts on No Skill Maniac. So low health, but he's still sticking around.
Yeah, these are great trades from Vayne in the bot lane there. Letting the Condemn on Blitzcrank into the wall, getting the 3 procs to Silver Bolts on each champion individually. She is playing a fantastic, or she's playing perfectly on her champion right now. 58 CS to 36. Let's actually take a look at the gold in this bot lane here. There is a... Vayne has 1,700 gold, and Twitch has 1,400. So BF Sword for Vayne. Twitch not quite there yet.
What is the short key for gold? Is it...
That's X.
It's X, that's it. There we go. Sweet. Got that. So, yeah, 1,800. So either way, though, one of them will be getting BF Sword. Ooh, that Dark Binding, though, is going to be the death of the Condemned into the tower. And he's going to go down. What a great play there as well. From, again, Zane always being on par, has enough mana for those Condemns every single time, and just playing a really, really solid Vayne. Again, though, in this top lane, Riven now 55 farm to the 18 farm of Irelia. She hasn't hardly gotten any farm at all. If you count minion waves, that's about 2 minion waves total in 8 minutes that she's been able to clear some. She actually used her ult to get the last one. Ola, though, maybe going down. There's the tower shots onto the Lazy Name. The Condemn actually saved Ola for a moment because it knocked her back. As soon as she flashed, the Condemn also pushed her further away. But Vayne did have that last auto attack flying in and took out Oma as well. And now Kha'Zix's trying to counter engage, Vayne didn't have mana there, but still has plenty enough damage, especially being 2-0, doing well. There's a Fizz ultimate on Cut Sailor. Will it be enough? The Orianna ult is not going to save her. Rengar coming in with the ultimate, though. Will he
I don't know about that.
help? Twitch
wow, they both stopped just in time. This was waiting, or Twitch was waiting to catch just one of them out, but they both immediately canceled the recalls as soon as they saw him. So they're turning that 2v1 into a 2v2. Morgana might not be able to get away from this, though. The Black Shield was on her, that was preventing the slows, but here comes Kha'Zix with the flash, and double kill for Twitch. That was fantastic. He just barely got out of their tower, not taking him down.
That's talking about team play there. Kha'Zix left in going underneath the tower, or I think he flashed in. He flashed underneath the tower to get just enough damage on the Morgana, knowing that as soon as he got that last little bit of damage, Twitch could then follow with the Expunge to kill both of those champions, and gave Twitch the double kill and simply walked away, which is huge, because if he had autoed either one of them, he could have killed them. He could have taken at least one kill of those, but instead he knew his power, and he said, you know what, Twitch, you can have both those killed. Let's get you back into lane because you were down so far. And that puts Twitch now back right up with the Vayne. Thresher God down to a quarter health here. Just going to Trickster play after dashing through Cut Sailor, looking to get out. He does have blue buff though, so he's got a lot of refreshes. Nice pull from Ola onto Zane. Will be enough. Exhaust is down as well. No Skill Maniac turning invisible. Zane taking so much damage at the condemn. No Skill Maniac not going to be able to do anything. And now Ola is in a bad spot. Caught between three.
Zane actually gets out of that one.
On Unstoppable Batman. Is it going to be enough? One more hook. Not going to land it. Viz now coming in from the side. I don't think he's going to chase in on that.
Great spatial awareness by Vayne there. All these condemns are perfect. Whether it's into the tower, into the wall, these are saving her life and taking down the enemies. So amazing mechanics from her there. I am totally impressed. Riven going in with the flash engage, though. Blade of the Exile. The Wind Slash isn't going to be enough. Flashes out though. Gets the last hit on there, takes him down. That's these plays from Your Drunk Granny. Actually, no, this isn't Your Drunk Granny. This is. No. Every time I see a Riven, I think of him now. Just because
he got the first Pentakill on a Riven on the stream. So
that's right. I can't believe I just used the wrong name, but
that's all right. Yeah, it's Zuzu playing a fantastic Riven in that top lane. Cut Sail getting the ignite. Will it be enough to finish off Thresher God?
I don't know.
So
it doesn't look like it.
Movement speed to be able to chase in, and he, of course, being that Fizz, is going to constantly have those trickster plays to get out of damage. Alma trying to get another hook, but minion block too strong, and just gonna say no. Now, the kills kind of set them off a little bit. Twitch got up there again with the Vayne, heading those 2 kills, but then she picked up another one on him. Now 3 and 1 with an assist as well. So her gold advantage is still a couple hundred over this Twitch. She's actually going to be backing 700 gold lead on this Twitch at the moment. Finished off her Blade of the Ruined King. Excellent item for a second back to be able to pick up. Twitch really looking for an Infinity Edge, going with the BF Sword, Vamp Scepter start. Don't know if it'll be fast enough though, especially now that Vayne has that Blade of the Ruined King. She is looking to carry this game hard.
Yeah, that is having a Vayne have that Blade of the Ruined King so early is huge. He's just going to dominate that lane even more. Bot lane looking to put some damage down on this tower. Maybe they still have the gold lead. Actually, I didn't notice that, but red team's still 500 gold ahead, which really isn't much. That's a difference of potions and wards at that point. Vayne looking to go in on this Blitzcrank again. 2 of the Silver Bolts land. Not much going to come out of that one though. Trading back and forth in the mid lane there. 73 CS, 65, so relatively even. Orianna did go for that needlessly large rod, so no Chalice on her this time. You see a lot of Oriannas build Fiends on Holy Grail. Meanwhile, Riven maybe cut out of position here, trying to get away. Rengar jumps in with the Thrill of the Hunt. Riven looking to turn this, but she gets taken down as well. 2v1, not going to come out of that one.
No, there's just a little bit too much CC between the Rengar and Aurelia. Now, Aurelia does get her stun when she's lower health than her opponent, but Rengar doesn't care. As long as he gets the Bola onto the enemy team, doesn't even matter. Nice pull onto Zane, though, the instant spell shield. There's going to be the flash engage from Morgana with her ultimate as well. Going to be enough to take out No Skill, and Oma should go down here with one more auto attack from Zane. Going to get that as well. So, what a huge play there. Blitzcrank grabbed Vayne, but as Vayne was flying, Morgana put the spell shield on the Vayne, said, nope, you're going to be fine. Couldn't get the knockup because the Blitzcrank knockup didn't go through. Power Fist didn't finish. And followed that with a flash ult engage on those enemies. And when she's ulting, she's doing constant damage. So even though Twitch tries to go invisible, she still is able to see Twitch. And that means that Zane could pick up that kill and then just chase in to be able to take out the Blitzcrank as well. So great.
Yeah, that's quite right. That was fantastic by Morgana in the bot lane. And you'll notice that both members on Team Pentakill down in that bot lane flashed. They tried to flash out of the Soul Shackles, but slowing it was just too much. The second proc triggered, both of them were rooted. Vayne coming in here, trying to get this blue buff, playing maybe a little bit over aggressive.
Oh!
Wow!
Whoa!
The flash like 2 pixels to the side. Are they going to be able to get out of this one though? The chase is on. Kha'Zix and Fizz, such good chasing champions. Chum of the Water still playing onto Rengar here. Exhaust goes down on him as well. He gets taken down. The chase might still be going. Looks like they're just going to back out of that one. 8-6 now in kills in favor of Team Insert Name here. And the gold is still relatively even.
Yep, still about 20k gold, which actually is, I think, hugely in the favor of the Kha'Zix and Riven are so much farm ahead of the enemy team. That gold counteracts the dragon being picked up by Insert Your Name, as well as the little bit of kills that they have an advantage. Cut Sailor just got blue buff, maybe losing it. Oh my gosh, this Riven doesn't take anyone's name and will just finish her off. Just clearing and grabbing another kill for Team Pentakill. So yeah, they're only a couple hundred gold behind, but they're about to change that with this tower going down in the bottom lane. And that's 2 towers over for purple team. So that's a really, really big thing. Hey, minions finished off. That's nice. I wonder if they'd be able to.
Vayne using that final hour there, just trying to scare off the other two. Definitely not looking to engage there. 2v1. Yes, she's ahead, 5-1, which is fantastic, but don't want to be overzealous. If you have your lead, use it carefully.
Okay, so I do want to comment really fast on the flash from the Vayne. She was attempting to flash over the wall to get across the wall and, you know, not take any damage. Zuzu going underneath the tower. I was not expecting this at all. Tower diving, level 11. Dodges the Dark Binding from Morgana. Holy cow, this play. She does have the cooldown with those, with the blue buff. So we'll be like, oh, the flash. Wow! Oh my gosh, the damage for Orianna flashes in, gets the ultimate as well. Thresher God now, Dark Binding, gonna go down. The CC too much. Was not expecting that Orianna engage. Riven going too hard, Fizz coming up to help him, and that meant death for both of them. And now blue team's looking to grab this interior, first tower in the mid lane. So much damage from Orianna already. She has the needlessly large rod as well as that blasting wand, so there's so much damage.
I was right about to say that. Going for this Rabadon's build path on Orianna, it weakens her laning phase, but it excels in these team fights, and we just saw it there. The flash ult shockwave, or the flash Q shockwave from Orianna, definitely turned the tables on that fight there. Took down Riven and scared away the other one. Kha'Zix did get hit by the Dark Binding under the tower, but they weren't able to follow that up. Mid tower is falling, so Team Insert Name here has taken a substantial gold lead now for the first time in the game.
Now, to be fair, the laning phase is a good build on her side, and as you said, it decreases her laning potential. However, she doesn't really care about laning potential because you already have a top tower down, a bottom tower down, and now a mid lane tower down.
Yeah, I feel this is correct.
So you're going to end up with some serious team fights. 3 people here in the mid lane for red team, 4 now, as well as collecting towards that mid lane from the blue team. So both teams already grouping. I think it completely depends in these team fights on which team engages first. If Orianna can put the Command Protect on Rengar, allow him to go in for the Shockwave to do so much damage to the enemy team, their blue team's going to be looking good. However, if Blitzcrank can hook Vayne, start the team fight off by taking her out, and then follow up with the Chum in the Waters from Fizz on the enemy team, the Spray and Pray from Twitch, they're going to be doing fine themselves. So it all depends on which team catches the enemy team out first and initiates that fight to really put it in their hands. So you're going to see a lot of kind of play, safe play back and forth between these two teams until one team decides, it's time, let's go. Blitzcrank either getting a hook or Rengar starting his ultimate, that's when the action is going to happen.
We see the Rabadon's death cap finish now for Orianna. Chum of the Waters goes in, lands on Orianna. There's the slow on her. Riven flashing past Vayne, getting condemned into the wall. Blitzcrank pulling in Morgana. That might not have been the ideal target. Soul Shackles lands onto 4 of them. She flashes so that it can root. Exhaust goes down on the Fizz as well, but Kha'Zix jumps in, gets the kill on him. He's going to try to get out. Not going to work though. And that was a 3 for 1 in favor of blue team. Team Insert Name here. So great trade there.
Again, Kha'Zix would have been able to get out, but as an invisible champion, if they're taking constant damage, you can see them. And he would have been able to get out fine because nobody else on blue team does that constant damage, except that Irelia put that red buff. Just hit him once. A single auto attack on him meant that the red buff was constantly ticking damage away on him, which meant that they could see him even though he was trying to go invisible. And they not only get 3 kills, they also get a tower off of that. And they only lost their support Morgana for that, which is a huge, huge deal. So definitely taking a little bit of a lead here. Now 3k gold in the lead, not something that Team Pentakill can't come back from. They have shown their power before, but again, they had the initiation from the Fizz, which isn't really what you want. Yeah, it landed on Orianna. It actually kind of jumped a couple pixels to be able to finish getting to the Orianna, which I thought was like, what? But they, Riven flash engaged way too strong. The Condemn knocked her even further back underneath the tower and into a wall. So she not only was stunned with the tower doing enough damage, she then had all of her movement that she has with any of her abilities completely negated and was instantly taken out. Oh, there was also a pink ward. I missed that. They put a pink ward down as well. So either way, there was no way that Kha'Zix was going to be able to get out of that one alive. I guess also for Twitch, because when Twitch goes invisible, they can see that. So a lot of pink wards down for a blue team so far. Not that many from red team.
Yeah, that was really good by that. Meanwhile, we see a fight might be breaking out here. Dark Binding does land. Right there, Riven going to be chasing in though. Not going to do anything. That Dark Binding did so much damage. Great Black Shield, saving her from the Blitzcrank hook. She had no vision of that. Oh no, there was a ward there.
Yeah, there
was. Alright, I didn't see that. It's kind of wrapping around the corner, around that banana bush there. So, either way, great response from Morgana there. Fizz does have a DFG, and I think that's going to be very scary. He's building him as a true assassin. Throws that down, Chum of the Waters, jumps in, throws the burst down, and just Playful Flesh Tricksters out of the fight. So, blue team really needs to ward up their jungle, make sure no one gets caught. Meanwhile, Exhaust onto Vayne here, pulled back into the fight. Kha'Zix jumping in as well, trying to get that isolation damage out. Rengar going to try to get out of this one as well. Chum of the Waters onto him. So much going on here. Command Shockwave landing onto one target, Riven going in, throwing down damage on the back line, but Irelia being a boss here. This is a triple kill for Orianna, quadra kill for Orianna. Is she going to get the Penta Twitch? We might need to finish him off.
Second Pentakill, which would be the 3rd time I've ever seen Pentakill.
There's the slow.
There's the slow. They're kind of waiting for him.
Is it going to be enough?
And he walks the other direction. They can't find him. They're completely headed. Great outplay from Twitch. He would have been dead in 3 different directions had he walked it, but because he walked that 4th direction directly back towards the enemy base, he lives. You could almost say bad manners not giving that Pentakill over to Cut Sailor, but at the same time, that's a Pentakill denied.
Pentakills are earned, not given. So.
Yeah, kills are earned, not given. Love that. Love that. But 17-10. Here's a note. Despite blue team still being a solid 7 kills in the lead, they're again only 3k gold in the lead. So even though they're getting so many of these kills, they're not really expanding their lead that much. They haven't got a tower very often. Minions actually picked up that bottom lane tower, so it's only these 2 middle towers that they've gotten successfully, whereas all 3 towers have been taken on blue team's side by red team, and they almost got that mid tower as well. So I don't know. While they're kind of holding still, I guess they're kind of waiting for that Orianna and Vayne to get really big. Oh, the Blitzcrank going in a little bit too far. Oh, the burst so much.
Cleaning that one up with the Dark Binding, so a little more gold in her pocket there. It might not be ideal, but hey, as soon as she gets that, and she's actually, you know, a lot of Morgana's rush that Zhonya's Hourglass, so she can flash into the fight, throw down the Soul Shackles, and just avoid all the damage while her ult goes off. But she's not going for that. She has an Aether Wisp and a Fiendish Codex, so I'm actually not sure what that builds into. Morgana getting a little bit caught out there. Flash Shield not going to save her from all that physical damage, so Rengar looking to jump onto Twitch there. Huge damage coming up from him. Vayne on the other side, not able to apply that red buff, just out of range, that very slow auto attack range from her. Sorry, very short auto attack range. See Riven up in this top lane here, trying to push onto this tower, but the wave clear and zoning from Orianna is far too strong. Condemn not landing Blitz into the wall, but here comes Fizz. Chum of the Waters landing. This is the assassination we're talking about. DFG just blows him up. He gets evaporated, and red team is climbing their way back into this game, 36.8k to 34.5, so again, that's not even much of a lead.
Closing that lead, 2,000 to 3,000 golds, the slight advantage the blue team has had for the past 7 minutes, but that is about it, and it's still sitting there. Now, both these teams have so much burst damage. Again, it's whatever team initiates first. There's the Dark Binding Thresher God just gonna walk off of that one. whichever team initiates first gets that assassination, either the hook, the jump, the chum in the waters, the dark binding, the other person is instantly blown up. So these team fights are not going to last long. They're going to be focusing on the squishier members, the Vayne, the Twitch, even the mid laners, Fizz and Orianna. I believe that Fizz has a little bit of advantage there because that, oh, Riven going underneath the tower. The flash from OG Vince going to keep him alive for the moment. But I feel that top lane tower is not going to last long. Oh my gosh, the damage from Riven already taking out. That's another tower over to red team, cleaning that one up. But as I was saying, because Orianna doesn't have a Zhonya's yet, and because the Playful Trickster that Fizz has, he has a little bit of advantage. Zane might get caught here! Dodges with the tumble. I guess he was also walking away from that, so gonna miss the hook from the Blitzcrank. But there's the rest of the team to follow up as well. Flash from the game, not gonna land. So, Chum in the Waters onto Cut Sailor. Will it be enough? There's the ult, silencing the Morgana. She's gonna start the ult, but not fast enough. Exhausted Nosco Maniac. Unstoppable Batman leaping immediately in on him, gonna take him out. And there's the jump from Kha'Zix, keeping him alive. Vayne, though, we're gonna find him, and that's gonna be another kill. She focused the squishier members of the Blitzcrank and Twitch immediately, and then was looking for Fizz, but that Fizz trickster off to the side again, and that was a 3-4-2 overall for kills.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play by blue team there. The carries, the ones that have the most damage, Vayne and Rengar at this point, were not focused. Vayne was pulled in. She was pulled into the middle of everyone, but they had their focus elsewhere. Had they just turned on her and bursted her down, they might have pulled off a little more in the fight.
So bad. Riven's coming directly behind these two, and Zane is at here. She starts to go towards Rengar, but then it's going to flash in to engage on Zane. That is a dead Vayne. Nothing you can do about that when a Riven is on your tail. Rengar did just walk his way out of there, and so he is going to live. Oh, Kha'Zix kind of chasing a little bit there, but I like how Vayne waited for them to get all the way up to the tower when they're not looking behind them, and then she just walked straight up behind them. She waited in that bush. So great play there from her. And again, if you look at that gold difference, blue team's still only 2k gold in the lead. This last time, Riven got a top lane tower, so they're progressing. Zeus is taking so much damage, he's gonna go down here. I do not believe that. A perfect Blitzcrank hook on Orianna pulls her all the way. Thresher God saying, hey, I only got an assist on that. That was my kill, bro. But
almost showing off her skill there again on those hooks. Riven's playing very, very far forward with low health. I think she needs to analyze these engages a little better.
Well, she is playing a different Riven than we saw last night. She got her Guardian's Angel now finished as well, so she's playing a little more of that tanky Riven, the tanky Bruiser Riven that we've seen before in Season 3. She has the Brutalizer as well, so she's looking for a bit of damage, but the Guardian's Angel will help as well. There's a Chum in the Waters. That Morgana is blown up.
Wow.
Trickster opposite side. Zane coming in with a Vayne. Took so much damage to the hook, almost landing on him, not going to fight him. No skill, looking for an engage, not going to go for it, instead just back off. But I cannot believe that Zane got the condemn on the Fizz, because literally if you look at the animation cycle, he was so far ahead of that wall on the left hand side that I don't know, I don't know if I would believe it. He had to have been within pixels on the wall there for it to say that that was an actual hit, because that was ridiculous. But this is going to be a second dragon for the blue team, though red team has picked up either 1 or 2 dragons themselves. I can't remember. But that means that now 3k gold in the lead. Blue team's gonna have to take a tower to continue to make use of this. Oh, the Rengar ult might go on to Care Bear.
Yeah, he's going in here. The whole delivery system. There we go. We see it in action. We don't get to see the shockwave, but the dissonance slows him down, throws down a ton of damage. One thing I'd like to talk about here is Orianna's build path. Now, she went for the Rabadons, which is full damage. She's going all out, no defense here whatsoever. But the second item, Void Staff, I don't know if I completely agree with. Look at the enemy team. There really isn't all that much magic resist. We see the Guardian Angel from Riven, and that's about it. Yeah, there's a fight going on. We should talk about that.
Instantly taken out. No Maniac exhausted. There's the Morgana ultimate is down as well. Don't think he's going to be able to get out of that one. Nope. Riven coming in from the sidelines does have the Guardian's Angel. That's a 1v4. Now a 1v5 as Vayne comes in as well. There are only 3 members up. Chum in the Waters with a lazy name. Can Fizz get the kill? He does with the help of Riven. Actually picks up that one, but he's going to go down himself. And now Zuzu, the Guardian's Angel is popped. I don't think she can make her way out of this one, even if she tries amazing moves. Nope. And is going to go down as well. So only Kha'Zix left alive. Blue team may be able to crack the base. No, they need Vayne for this. And Vayne's simply going to recall. Oh, she does stick around, but now Blitzcrank is up. They may have waited too long to be able to pick up this inhibitor tower, and they are going to back off again. Grab a couple of jungle buffs, and back once more. They have progressed their gold lead to now 5k gold, but we've seen so far, red team is not at all bad at being able to grab some of these kills. Grab a pick here, grab a pick there, and start to get back into the game. And if that's allowed, sooner than later, eventually red team could take the win. Zane looking for this blue buff.
Yep, so Vayne is actually going to steal that one. Outsmites the Kazakhs, so she's going to walk away with that blue buff happily in hand. Kazakh going to clear that wave so fast. Now, what do you think red team needs to do to turn this game around? Because they don't have the late game comp. They just simply don't have it, and they're losing already. So the longer this game goes, the stronger the blue team's going to be. What do they need to do to turn this around?
They need wards, and they need wards badly. They need to be able to see. Blue team is so good at being able to move quickly. You can see here, Morgana going ahead and clearing another ward. Rengar with the invisible engage that he has. Aurelia has great move potential. Even Vayne with her combos, as allows her to move around the map so quickly. And they don't have enough vision. Here's Rengar jumping in again. But they need that vision to be able to see when people are coming in. This might be Rengar going down. There's the spell shield as well. That Blitzcrank pull is just going to pull baby to his own death. Thresher got condemned into the wall by Dragon, going to go down. Blitzcrank did go down. Rengar picked up that kill. There's the spray and pray from Twitch. I don't know if it's going to be enough. That means he did get the kill on Rengar, but going to go down himself. Zane picking up that one as well. And now Fire Bear might go down. Vayne just going to pick up the white for a little extra gold before they push in on this bottom lane tower, more than likely. Or they could just head directly towards mid lane. They also, I think, with Aurelia tank, could try for Baron right now. But as I say,
I think that'd be a really smart option right now. 3 members are down. No, the smite isn't down, but they are very, very strong. Plus, Vayne, with her max health damage she has from the silver bolts, just shreds through Baron so fast. She has to build for it. Blade of the Ruined King, plus her passive on her W, that Baron would fall in second spot. Looks like they're not going to go with that.
They want this tower. Pulls onto Zane, gets the knockup as well underneath the tower, but the tower's setting up some nice trading there. Riven jumping directly onto Cutsail, gonna miss the wind slash and gonna instantly taking down the dark bindings from Morgana. So strong. And Zane got out of that full health, unbelievably.
Yeah, Vayne did.
And then just walked straight out of the tower. So much life steal. Infinity Edge, Blade of the Ruined King, and Yuma's Ghost Blade gonna be doing so well.
Yeah, Vayne didn't even care about that hook there. She's actually dancing there. She's saying to Blitz, you know what? If you want to pull me, go right ahead. That'll just bring me closer to your team. I have a lot of damage, but I don't have that much range. If you want to help out, by all means, pull me in. And Vayne took him down and started chasing them around. She is not a force to be reckoned with. I messed that up again.
Now, of course, well, the scary thing is that means that Blitzcrank is really feeling the pressure now, because if he can supposedly grab the squishiest member of the enemy team and they still can't kill her, and not only that, she makes it out full health from underneath the tower, that's huge. That basically says to Blitzcrank, there's not much you can do. Not only can you pull me underneath the tower and I kill you, but I'm going to make it out full health. Who followed?
Moon147 is now following. Thank you very much for the follow, my friend.
Nice. I've never heard
and he's just typing in there, hi, says Moon.
Hi, Moon. Zane going in on Thresher God, being caught out once again. Flash condensed into the wall. He's Zanya's, but I don't think he's going to get out of this one. Morgana is set up. What?
Wow, is he going to do that? And he dashes to the minion.
The
beautiful display.
And Kazakh's now coming in, trying to protect him. Going to slow down the Vayne before dumping up to the side. He's going to get out in the wall, in the bush. Riven coming in for the backline as the Rengar is going to finish off. She does! She got the wind slash to finish him up. Morgana Dark Binding taking out Kazakhs as he tries to re-engage, but now Aurelia shows up. They finally shut down the hyper damage Vayne, 11 and 4, and a few of them get out alive. But Riven and Kazakhs both went down, so again, that was a 2-for-1 trade, continuing to toss kills and gold advantage to team insert name here, which is just a crazy good name. Because Cut Sailor continues to deal little bits of damage to the tower in the mid lane. Twitch though showing up as well. Might have enough to finish off Cut Sailor.
The command shockwave whip is winning, but she still takes out Twitch, even without landing the command shockwave. That just blew my mind. The huge amount of damage she has. Aurelia not land the equilibrium strike. She actually throws that onto a minion there. Dark Binding does land on the Blitzcrank though. Morgana with the black shield on her, throws down the exhaust on the Fizz. He tries to playful slash trickster out of that, but the soul shackles stretch way too far. Wow, the Tormented Soil plus the minions managing to take him down. Morgana making the plays here, out of mana, going to have to back out of this one, but coming out way ahead, throwing her team on her back for that fight.
That was huge. If Morgana as a support can solo Fizz, yes, she has a Zanya's as well as the Ghosties, as a friend calls it, Twin Shadows. If just with those AP items, she can solo a Fizz from full health to nothing, that is massive, massive, and very, very, very frightening. Now, to be fair, she lands some amazing Dark Bindings, but the Lazy Name coming in huge, even with no mana, going to re-engage now on Zuzu. Ebola, is going to land Ebola, not Ebola. There's the Guardian's Angel, pop from Riven, caught out completely. Red team just one at a time being caught out and not having anything to answer.
Take a look at this here. Look how far Riven was ahead there, trying to contest the dragon. Where's the rest of her team? Fizz was dead, Blitzcrank and Twitch were top, and Kha'Zix was, well, he was waiting in the wings, but that was still a 2v4 when they're this far behind. 10,000 gold separates these teams now, so they either need to work as a team and stick together as 5, or they're not going to be able to pull anything off.
Well, the other thing is that they're so scared to go in the jungle, they can't even ward. And again, they continue to get picked off one by one. They need to stick as a massive team 5 and wait for blue team to try to force down one of these inhibitor towers, or try to stick as a full group of 5, force to be reckoned with, and ward everywhere that they walk. If you actually look at the vision right now, switching it over, blue team has not only pink wards on both Baron and Dragon, they also have tons of wards all around the map. Red team, only a couple in their red bluff jungle, and they continue to try to refresh that for Baron, but blue team says, we don't even care about Baron. We're going to continue to grab 127 followed me as well. Awesome, thank you for that. But they don't even care about Baron. They simply continue to pick up these dragons and, again, pick these red team members off one at a time. Rengar now ulting in. He's going to have a lot of damage when he jumps in. Zuzu dashing out of that. They're alive for the moment. The Harbor getting slowed so much damage. Kha'Zix down as well. Riven showing her strength coming here. Sorry, Vayne showing her strength coming in. Fizz did get the kill on her, so that's the 80 down. But the rest of the team has been fed so much, they're going to pick up an ace with that one, not even caring. Yeah, you may have taken down the Vayne, the main damage dealer. The Orianna is now 12 and 5 herself, only 2 kills behind this Vayne, and 200 farm as well. So now they have 2 members of Team Insert Name here that they have to contest with. This might be game if they have enough tank from Vince and the Lazy Name to be able to tank these towers. They could finish. Go ahead. Who is it that followed?
The follower was Mutated Scroll and Tobin Carrot. Those two are both followers already, so they're unfollowing just to follow again to see the drum roll. So you know what? I'm gonna thank them anyways because they've been there for a long time. But
yeah, as I thought, they did have enough. Again, without a Vayne, they took the tower inhibitor, double Nexus tower, and the Nexus itself in about 30 seconds there, which is huge. So the red team really just didn't have the wards, continually got picked off one at a time, didn't play to the advantage of having Riven or a Blitzcrank on their team. They really needed to wait for Blitzcrank to grab a hook and pull it in before the rest of the team engaged, and they didn't play it right, and so they ended up losing that 43-22, switching it back to normal mode. Now, another thing we do here is we do MVPs. So let's do MVPs, and then I'm going to have to do my push-ups because, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
That's all right. All right, so which team do you want to take for MVP?
I'm going to take the losing team because they was the one that I supported on that one. So what I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it to Kha'Zix. And here's why. It's a little bit strange, but here's why. 5 kills, 6 assists, or 6 deaths, 5 kills. Least deaths on his team. He did... Did he steal the dragon at one point, I think?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he not only stole dragon at one point, which is crazy and hard to do, but he did it, which is really, really good for him. But also, on top of that, he knew when he could go in and get a kill and get out. He not only got a couple of kills, but he had the least deaths on his team and a good bit of assists as well. He played safe and solid. And sometimes, yes, you kind of want to have some big plays and maybe be a little bit flashy or whatever, but sometimes just playing safe and solid is what you need to really come back. And the fact that he decreased his deaths from the early game, increased his assists and kills a little bit, and kind of just held and played safe is why I'm giving him MVP. He just generally played a very safe game. And when you're on the losing side, Sometimes what you have to do is simply play a safe game until the enemy team overextends, overengages, gets a little bit way too cocky and out there, just gets crazy with it. Wait for that Vayne to tower dive under 3 towers and not care. Then you kill her and you take the game back, grab a tower here, grab a tower there. So, but huge shout out to Zuzu for playing a fantastic, not only top lane, dominating against the Irelia, which a lot of people said that he couldn't do, but also continually picked up towers here, towers there as well. I think that her hyper engages towards the end of the game was what caused the team to lose. Was that, flashing into enemy 1v4s when the rest of her team wasn't there is not what she should have done. She should have waited for a Blitzcrank pull and then engaged on the squishier members. And each and every time she overextended, overengaged, the enemy team was there to crush her instantly.
Yeah, I think you're quite right about that one. I would give MVP to Kha'Zix as well. And Riven, yes, you're right. She's way too far forward in a lot of these fights, getting caught out, tackling fights that actually. I should note that your camera is frozen.
Yeah, people are
just
saying,
overtyping on your stream or whatever.
What's going on? You're frozen. I was like, I'm never dead. Oh my gosh, I'm frozen. I'm frozen. Why am I frozen? I don't know. Go ahead with MVPs. Go ahead.
But yeah, let's talk about the winning team. It's really, really close. I would have to say it's down to between Orianna and Vayne. There you go. Between Orianna and Vayne, both played their champions extremely well. A crazy amount of CS on the both of them. But I think in the end, I'm going to have to give it to Vayne, just because of her amazing team fights. Now, she was always very spatially aware of where she was and where her enemies were, and knew her condemn range like to the pixel, to the Teemo. So that was everything. All the condemns she landed were beautiful. They saved her life in the team fights and set her team up for some amazing kills. So just because of mechanics alone, and mechanics, game sense, and her exceptional farming skills,